Well, the 6-game winning streak for the Purdue Boilermakers was snapped last night as they lost in overtime to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Last year, Purdue, they were also on a pretty big win streak and looked to win the Big Ten championship, but they had to go to Columbus and beat the Buckeyes to be able to clinch at least a share of the Big Ten title. Well, just like this year, the Boilermakers lost in overtime to Ohio State. I'm Luke Martin here for the Luke Martin Show, and we're here to break down Purdue's loss in overtime to Ohio State. Well, first things that come off to me are three things about the game last night was, where was the Purdue defense? Purdue was first nationally in the NCAA of holding teams to shooting less than 39%. That's outstanding. Actually, they held them to 30%. Ohio State, they shot 60% as a team last night. That's half of what Purdue usually gives up. That is just unbelievable. But the reason they shot that well was because Purdue gave up a lot of easy looks, a lot of dunks to B.J. Mullins down low. Purdue just had no answer for Evan Turner, B.J. Mullins, and the great freshman for Ohio State, Buford. All three of those Buckeyes, they scored 65 of the 80 points for Ohio State. The rest of the team scored 15. That's amazing. Those three guys carried Ohio State last night to what you call a huge win. Another thing that came off to me was Purdue did not have Robbie Hummel. Of course, that's obvious. This Purdue team has so many injuries. Robbie Hummel's back spasms. You had Chris Kramer, broken nose. Keaton Grant, bad shoulder. Marcus Green had the flu. Jawan Johnson's had the flu a little bit. Lewis Jackson came off of a concussion. This team has been battered by injuries so far this year, but yet they are still fighting and still doing a pretty good job and are only a game behind Big Ten leading Michigan State, who plays tonight against Minnesota. But another thing that stood out to me about the game was missed opportunities. Purdue had a chance to win the game at the end of regulation, but they couldn't get a decent shot as Lewis Jackson missed what would have been the game winner. You can argue all you want. Maybe there should have been a foul call or whatnot, but the point is Purdue just could not capitalize on many opportunities they had to win the game last night. And you could say, that's a good thing. Purdue had their chances to win the game. They just did not fall. This game really means for Ohio State, it's huge. They were on the NCAA bubble, as you could say, if the tournament ended today, but now they got 16 wins and their big ones. They've beaten Butler, they've beaten Notre Dame, now they beat Purdue. They have a lot of big wins, this Ohio State team. This is a win that can really get them going to a really big NCAA tournament bid. Also for Purdue, they're going to be fine. They just aren't healthy. And unless you're healthy, you're going to struggle. And it's just life on the road in the Big Ten. This league is just so stacked with 8 teams that could be in the NCAA tournament. So Purdue's going to be fine, but does it get any easier? They go on the road to Illinois, which they play at Wisconsin Thursday. That's a game to watch. If Illinois ends up losing, then, the Big Ten race just continues to get wilder. But Purdue's going to be fine. And I still think that, I had them number one as soon as they won 6 straight games. So I wouldn't change that. I still want to see how Michigan State does tonight against Minnesota and how Illinois does against Wisconsin tomorrow night. I still think, though, this Purdue team, when they are healthy, I think not only are they the best in the Big Ten, but I think they're maybe top 10 in the country. They are a very good team. Point is, they aren't healthy, and they need to get healthy. I think a deep run in March, I personally would rather have a deep run in March for a national title than risk your players of getting hurt for a Big Ten championship. That's it about talking Ohio State. Purdue, what a game it was. Another overtime thriller. Purdue is going to try to bounce back against Illinois. Ohio State's going to try to keep the train running, as you could say, so to speak. They've been on a roll. They've shot above 50%, I believe, in their last 5 or 6 games. So congratulations to the Buckeyes. It was well-deserved. And once again, the final score was Ohio State 80, Purdue 72 in overtime. What a game it was in Columbus, Ohio. I am Luke Martin for the Luke Martin Show.